Hello and welcome back to the IELTS review videos. Today is lesson 5 and we are going over what you think about sleep. So we're going to get straight into it. Question 1. Do you think sleep is important? Now, as teenagers, you sleep more than others. But this is a good question to get you into the topic as a whole. A basic answer would be yes, sleep is very important because it helps me rest. But again, as always, we want to do better. I want you to do better. So instead of saying yes, you could say without a doubt. That is a higher level use of vocabulary. So without a doubt, sleep is a crucial aspect of our well-being as it allows our body and mind to recover and rejuvenate. Now, you do not need the last two words, but you can add it on, and again, it just pushes your score just that ever bit higher. Okay, quickly on to question 2. Do you go to sleep early or stay up late? Now, I'm a morning person, but you could be an evening person. It doesn't matter. Change the answers to suit your personal preferences. Now, I usually stay up late because I have work to do. I personally would say I usually wake up early because I want to get my work done before sunrise. But both of those are very simple answers, and we want to go over that. So, due to my work commitments, I tend to stay up late to complete tasks and take advantage of the quiet hours. Question 3. How do you feel in the morning after that? Talking about the previous question. If you said late, the next morning it's not going to be good. So your answer would be, I often feel tired and groggy in the morning. But if you're a morning person, I often feel great and happy in the morning, or full of energy. A more complex answer would be, my mornings can be a bit challenging. I often struggle with feeling fully awake and alert after staying up late. Next question. How many hours do you usually sleep at night? Now, I'm telling you, as an educator, you need to be getting 8 hours. It's better for your body and your mind. So if you say, I sleep around 6 to 7 hours at night, I want you to know that Teacher Tristan is disappointed in you. But you can go further and have a more complex answer. I may forgive you. I make sure to get a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night to ensure I'm well rested. And if you're doing that, you're going to have a better education as you are more awake to take in that important knowledge that teachers want to give you. Is it necessary to take a nap every day? Well, I don't think it's necessary for me to take a nap every day. Is it necessary to take a nap every day? Well, I don't think so. I don't think it's necessary for me to take a nap every day. You want to say a bit more? You can say, while it may not be a daily requirement, I do find the occasional short naps can be refreshing and help boost my energy. Or perhaps you could say, I do not need a daily nap, but the nap on a Sunday afternoon is always special. Next question is, do old people sleep a lot? Yes, I think older people sleep more. It's common for older individuals to have slightly longer sleep durations due to changes in their sleep patterns. Next question. Do you always have a good sleep? Not really. Sometimes I have trouble falling asleep. While I usually sleep well, there are nights I struggle to fall asleep due to various reasons. Can you sleep well if you're in a noisy environment? No, I can't sleep well if there's noise. Unfortunately, I find it difficult to get a restful sleep in a noisy environment. How can we fight sleep difficulties? Maybe we can try avoiding caffeine before bed. To combat sleep difficulties, establishing a consistent bedtime routine and minimizing caffeine intake before sleep might be effective strategies. Okay, so we're going to go into some vocab that you can incorporate into your answers, or even use to modify the previous answers that we've already talked about. So there we have it. Those are your IELTS questions about sleep. The next part is the reading. Now, as always, I want you to read along with me. And if you don't understand, pause, take a moment, maybe do a little research and get yourself back on track. These readings are not for you to memorize, but to give you more information about the topic that hopefully you can take into your examinations to get you those high scores that you want. So late nights and sleep quality. Now I'm going to look slightly to the side because I can't memorize the entire conversation. Consistently depriving oneself of sleep can disrupt the body's natural circadian rhythm. Irregular sleep patterns and decreased sleep quality can result from consistent late nights. Poor sleep quality can lead to daytime fatigue, impaired cognitive function, and increased vulnerability to stress. Chronic sleep deprivation due to staying up late is linked to obesity, cardiovascular problems, and diabetes. Insufficient sleep can compromise the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to infections. Late nights can impair concentration, problem-solving abilities, and creativity. Contrary to popular belief, staying up late to work or study may not boost productivity. Sleep plays a pivotal role in consolidating memory and enhancing cognitive function. Implement a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends, to regulate the circadian rhythm. Create a sleep-conductive environment, cool, dark, and quiet. Reduce exposure to screens before bedtime, and avoid caffeine and heavy meals close to. That's the story. So the next up, we have vocabulary. Now these are different words and phrases that you can use into your answers and perhaps even take to modify the questions and answers that were provided at the beginning. You have burning the midnight oil. Now this is a bit confusing. You're not literally burning something. What it means is you're staying up late and working intensely. This one is a night owl. Yes, owls fly around at night. But a night owl is a person who stays awake at night. In lieu of late nights, you'll get trapped into doing that. But sleep deprived. This is where you don't get enough sleep and often comes along with health problems. Next, about sleep and health. Circadian rhythm, this is your internal clock. The bit inside you that says, now it's time to go to bed. You have your chronic sleep deprivation, very similar to your sleep deprived as on the previous slide. Again, it's your consistent lack of sleep. And then cardiovascular problems, that's problems with your heart. And there is a lot of signs that connects your problem sleeping gives you worse heart problems. And then productivity and cognitive function. Cognitive function is how your brain works, okay? So we know that with good sleep, you get better at consolidating memory. This allows your memories, the stuff you learn in school, to become better organized in your head and gives you better recall later. Cognitive impairment, that's the opposite. You haven't slept, so your brain can't take in more information. And then you have healthy sleep habits, your sleep schedule. Like, I'm a perfect example of a good sleep schedule. I consistently go to bed at the same time every single night, and I wake up at the same time every morning. Then there is your cognitive performance. We've talked about cognitive, but as your performance, how well is your brain functioning? How good is your thinking, your reasoning? Then there is your balancing lifestyle. Striking a balance means like finding a middle ground between staying late and getting up early. Maintaining overall well-being. maintain that your body is healthy and your mind is too. You know, some phrases like discussions and opinions. In the long run, short-term gains, long-term repercussions. Long-term repercussions, these are the consequences that manifest for repeatedly making the same mistakes. You know, expressing concern, pose a threat, raise red flags, give rise to concern, or have implication for. That's your vocabulary. Next up is your paraphrasing exercise. And as always, there's three. You have your paraphrasing questions, your statements, and your descriptions. I'll help you through the first two, and the third is on your own. Paraphrasing questions. Now, we're going to use some questions. There are some paraphrased questions as well. What you should do is have a go yourself. Don't just copy mine. Really get that paper out and start trying to come up with your own paraphrasing. So your original question, is it necessary to take a nap every day? Or paraphrase, do you feel the need to nap on a daily basis? Your original question, how can we fight sleep difficulties? What strategies can be employed to combat sleep challenges? Can you sleep well if you're in a noisy environment? Is it possible for you to get a quality sleep when surrounded by noise? It doesn't take very much to put it into your own words. Paraphrasing statements. The allure of late nights is undeniable due to the abundance of entertainment. Quite a good sentence. I wrote it myself. The attractiveness of staying up late is hard to resist, thanks to the vast entertainment options available. They mean exactly the same thing. We're just changing the words, and by practicing, you are expanding your vocabulary and confidence with the English language. The health implications of chronic sleep deprivation are significant. The consequences of consistent lack of sleep have noteworthy effects on health. And sleep quality has a direct impact on cognitive function. The caliber of sleep directly influences how well our cognitive abilities operate. Okay, then we have part 3. You're on your own. I thank you very much for listening. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.